Next question.
Have you ever done trail maintenance, built a bridge, or removed invasive species, or rerouted a trail?
Yes, I think so, and definitely yes.
Care to elaborate?
Well, with respect to invasive species,
Remove it from one place to another?
No, we've just basically waged war on them, on dirty jobs in the Everglades. We did a segment on, I think it was called Melaleuca. It was a tree that was deliberately planted down in there to help drain the swamps. You know, they suck up a lot of water, but now it's totally taken over and it's wreaking havoc. That was great TV, actually, because we had an airboat and we had flamethrowers. You can't possibly go wrong with that. What was the other one, like rerouting a trail?
Yes.
Also great TV. I don't remember the name of the organization, but they're in Southern California, and they were dealing with these knuckleheads in Malibu. They back in the 70s, a lot of streams run through the canyons, and these people, they would build dams, concrete dams in the streams to create little swimming pools in their backyards. But of course, what that really does is totally screw up the whole salmon deal. So the salmon can't swim back from the ocean to their spawning grounds. So no sex for the salmon because these people have built these dams. So this group of people goes back up the stream bed, blowing up dams. Totally legal, of course, but explosives and all kinds of craziness going on. It's very good TV.
What about bridge building?
Well, I did help build a bridge to Maryland School for the Blind back when I was in the Boy Scouts, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I can't take any credit for that. But what a lovely metaphor, right? For the times we live in, we should all be building more bridges, rerouting more trails, and of course, I don't know where to take the metaphor vis-a-vis the invasive species, but I think you know what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
All right.
Would you consider trail work a dirty job?
Well, it's a job, and it's dirty. And it's important to be done. So, yes, absolutely. That's a very simple question. Let's move on.
Why do you support America Hiking Society's National Trails Day?
What's not to support? I like America. I like trails. I like days. What else is in there?
Hiking.
I love hiking.
Society.
I'm lukewarm on society.
National.
And I'm inherently suspicious of nationalism in all its forms. But there's more good than bad, so hey, why not? Next.
Any favorite stories from your scout days that you'd like to share?
Lots of stories from the scouting days. I couldn't really pick a favorite, but I will tell you that I spoke at the big jamboree last year. 105,000 people there. I've never spoken to 105,000 people before. It's pretty exciting. But I did spend a lot of time, honestly, reflecting on the years I spent in scouting, and getting my eagle was a huge deal. You're 17 years old, not a lot of people do it, and it was the first thing that I really felt like I had accomplished. That was significant, and I've been 1,000 times on dirty jobs when I look back at scouting and find myself using a knot that I'd learned, or some basic orienteering, basic mountaineering, things like that. But mostly, scouting got me out of my shell. I was very, very shy as a kid, Myers. You know that?
I find that hard to believe.
That's true. Painfully shy. I had a terrible stutter. Mother tells the story. The doorbell used to ring. I'd dive under the table. You can't really be in the Boy Scouts and be, a shrinking violet. And the truth is, my troop was more like a gang. And, we had a former drill instructor who was our scoutmaster. He's a great guy. And anyway, there are more stories than I can hope to relate. But more than anything, scouting got me in front of people, talking, singing, and most importantly, outside. So, you know what? Whatever you've heard about the Boy Scouts, I don't know. But if you were to retroactively remove my experience with them from my ridiculous past, I would have no present and probably no future. Next question.
What happens when you hear a doorbell today?
My ears perk up, and I still run. But because I'm larger now and stronger, the hole that I leave in the wall is shaped exactly like me running. Right? So it's very Pavlovian, which is why we've removed all the doorbells from my current residence. A nice, quiet knock on the door is just the thing for me.
The mission of...
Did she actually ask that question, or was that you riffing?
That was me riffing.
Yeah, no more riffing.
Our mission is to promote and protect foot trails, the areas that surround them, and the hiking experience. Not a bad goal, huh, Mike?
Well, Is that a yes or no question?
It's more of a, rhetorical, I think.
Well, it sounded like a nice way to say a nice thing about themselves and then ask me if I thought it was nice.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's nice. Next question.
What would you say to the volunteers, maintainers, rangers, and guides who get their hands dirty every day to protect and preserve America's trail system and natural places?
Yeah, look, obviously, you know what? I mean, I would say what I hope those people hear day in and day out, which is thank you. But really, you hear thank you enough, it loses its meaning. So what I would do is I would take my hat. Here, I'll do it now. I take my hat off to you. I take off my hat to all those people you mentioned. Who are they again?
The volunteers, the maintainers, the rangers, and the guides.
Yeah. Without those people, what do you got, really? Look, I take off one hat and I put on another. That's what I do to you. I take my hat off to the volunteers, the rangers, the guides, and what was the other one?
Maintainers.
Maintainers. I didn't even know that was a word, but I take my hat off to you. Thank you for all you do.
That's pretty big, you taking off your hat.
Yeah, but I put it back on.
Final question. Are you a member of the American Hiking Society?
The honest answer is no, I'm not. I am not much of a joiner, to tell you the truth. In fact, I don't think I've joined any organization since the Boy Scouts, and I was forced to join them by my parents. I'm grateful for it. Would I become a member of this organization if I were invited by someone in a position of authority, say Heather, for instance?
Would you?
You bet I would. But to date, I haven't received any official invitation. If I get it, though, I'll check the appropriate box and send in the appropriate amount of dues. Do you have any information on how much dues they pay?
No, I'm thinking it's just enough to keep the trails maintained, though.
All right, well, you can put me down for that. I'm definitely down for that. Are there any more questions?
That is it.
Well, Meyer, let me briefly thank you for assuming the persona of Heather, even though you didn't really do that. But thanks for rereading her questions. Thank you for listening. And should I thank anybody else?
Just yourself.
Mike, thank you for all you do for Mike Rowe. He's grateful.
Thank you.
That's just a weird enough place to end this. See you, Meyer.
Hey, Mike.